Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy to see how we can best utilize it. And today we're going to talk about that energy that happens when the sun moves into Gemini, May 20th through June 20th. It's got some eclipse energies going on in there. So lots to talk about, lots to see, but we'll cover the eclipses more in detail for when I do the Moon Astrology. So today we're going to channel you a little message. I did automatic writing to get that for you, and then we're going to look at the Lenormand cards and just see what kind of energy we have coming up for you this month. So when I was channeling this time, it was more of an automatic writing experience for me. So here's what I got for you was I saw a blank page, and then I started hearing that song, Annette Beningfield, I think it is, Unwritten. I will link it below. You've got to check that out. That is amazing. It is a song about you create your life. So what do you want to create? And so you are entering a new phase. You're coming up on your solar return. That happens, next month. And so, the overall energy is a little dicey. Let's see how we can work our way through that. So you're in your 12th house. And 12th house is about what are your goals, what are your dreams, what are your wishes, what do you want to create for yourself, and how can you prepare yourself forward? Well, there's two eclipses. Well, we're actually going to get three eclipses in a row that by the time you get out of your birthday month, right? And so two this month, and then one during your sun sign, and then there's a bonus new moon during Cancer. So lots of opportunity to let stuff go, because two of them are out of the south node. So that's really that final push of clearing out the garbage, and then that new moon eclipse to really launch yourself forward, which is going to happen on the solstice. So that actually happens on the 21st, I think, is that eclipse, and then you get another bonus new moon to work with. So over the course of the next 2 months, what are the goals and the dreams? And then when you hit your birthday month, how am I going to put that stuff into action? And you are unwritten. You have this blank slate. You can create for you whatever you want. And so that was some really interesting stuff. And the other thing that came through was about aligning with your soul's purpose. Aligning with your soul's purpose. So take a look on your birth chart and where the MC is at the top. So for you, Cancer, that would be showing up in either the 9th, 10th, or the 11th house, depending on where that is, however that works. So for you, that would be 9th, 10th, or 11th house would be 10th house is Aries. So Taurus or Pisces. And see where there's a big circle with an MC, and see if you can't start focusing on what's going on with that. I think I'm going to do a video on that soon, but that's kind of, so if it's in Aries, it's about what's that big idea that you want to have to push forward. If it's in Pisces, it's about nurturing and caring and spirituality. And if it's in Taurus, it's about building and creating. So kind of, you're a blank slate and you can move forward in any way you want. But I can see that you have a lot of anxieties here because your overall energy is of the mice. And so the mice is about, I'm not sure, I have all these doubts, I have all these things. And so what you think about, you create. So instead of worrying about things, think about the fact that you are a blank slate, and right now you get to create your new reality by the words you choose, the attitude that you adopt, the small baby step actions that you take. So here's your opportunity to create the new life that you want to live in. Oh, wow, I have so much here. So it was about the throat chakra. I didn't even see there's a whole other paragraph. I must have been writing forever. So it says, no one else can, this is part of the song. No one else can do this for you. Only you can let it in. And I heard, I am healed of all, no, this is a mantra you can use. I am healed of all karmic and past life traumas across all timelines, past, present, and future. So if you say that every day, during this, especially with all this letting go energy, I am healed of all karmic and past life traumas across all timelines, past, present, and future, and then pick a direction and be ready. 0 degrees Cancer is very powerful, and so this is a month to really be willing to let go. That's where that eclipse is happening on June 21st, and that's how you start off your month. And so be willing to let stuff go. Express your intentions over what you want. Write it down. That's the same way as opening up the throat chakra, because here the key to the situation is it's the sun, but look, it's that prince is kissing. He's kissing an old woman that he thinks is dying, and he just feels all this compassion. And so compassion for yourself will let the sun in, will light things up, because when he kisses the old woman, he breaks the spell and he finds out it's a beautiful princess. Having compassion for yourself, loving yourself through the change, and not placing blame, just loving yourself and saying, okay, and look, the sun's coming out, it's a new opportunity, and that's in your heart space. That is a great way to start. Okay, so this is past, present, future, thoughts, feelings, actions, and we're going to clarify. And in the past, you've been doing a lot of thoughts about some kind of a relationship, the matters of the heart. Either you're seeking a relationship or you're seeking answers about a relationship that, you know, may or may not have been working out. It could also be a matter of the heart. Maybe there's someone in your life that you really, really care about, and they're going through something, and you could be like, but somehow the heart is really being focused on here. This is how you transform your life, is by seeing yourself as this princess. You know, you can kiss yourself, right, through love and compassion, because it was a kiss of compassion. And then you can create and transform yourself into the princess. And that's how, so when you decide that you are the princess, and that there's still a lot of vitality and life in you, and you are unwritten, and this is just the next chapter, that's when you start moving things forward. And look, you are being divinely guided and protected. I do recommend, since it's up in the thoughts, that you try channeling through writing, because it was a blank page, which makes me think that journaling will be a really good way to get there. It's a really good way to communicate with spirit and get information. But you're just understand that what you're deciding to do, this new place, this new direction, this new opportunity, this new partnership, because you have 2 here, something new that brings joy and happiness is being divinely guided. Something in the right person. So I'm always in the right place at the right time with the right opportunity and the right people. Right? So things are coming to you. You've had some anxiety in the recent past about the fish, and the fish is financial abundance. It's feeling financially secure, and so there's been some anxiety, which is probably why this overriding anxiety of the mice here. But understanding that you manifest by believing that you can. So you open up your hands and you say, I always have more than enough, and there's always more on the way. I always have more than enough, and there's always more on the way. There was a time when I had to pay for a semester, and I needed $3,200 to pay for the semester in books, and I had no idea how I was going to get that. And I just, for about maybe 8 weeks, because I figured it out a little bit before the semester that what I thought the student loan wasn't going to come through, then I was like, oh, well, I always have more than enough, and enough is on the way. I said it every night, every day, all the time. And I thought it whenever I was like, whenever I start wondering how I was going to pay for it, doesn't matter. There's always enough, and there's always more on the way. And the job that I had, I got a bonus that was $3,500. I always have enough. I needed $3,200, and there's always more on the way. There's an extra $300. So there's always enough, and there's always more on the way. You can manifest just by believing it, saying it, and telling your DNA that they're manifesting. And look, in the future, there's this loyal heart feeling. There is somebody, there is a partnership, a friendship, maybe a love relationship. There's something coming in that is bringing you, there's something, it feels like a renewal of something in the heart space. And so it's a renewal of something that really makes you feel safe and at home with a friend, and it's being divinely guided. In the recent past, the challenge, the obstacle has been moving forward. So you've been maybe feeling a little stuck, like, is my ship coming in? am I getting anywhere with this? Should I go anywhere? What should I do? I mean, you've clearly had some kind of a relationship on your mind, and so maybe, and although it's about financial abundance, this, because it's in the heart space, could also mean maybe you weren't feeling emotionally abundant, like you weren't sure this was actually working for you. You're feeling a little depleted in that area. Okay, so the action forward is asking you to, one, trust the divine, because we have the cross. That's a very spiritual thing. Also understanding that there's a death and a rebirth process. And so here we also have, because the Sun card has the coffin in it with this lady being on her deathbed and resurrecting. And you have the fall leaves and she's dancing. Okay, there is a change coming. The winds of change are blowing. Opportunity is coming to you, but it's divine timing and divinely guided. And so while it seems like nothing's moving, things are actually right on time. And the outcome is you have a book. Okay, so this book is open, which means that there are no secrets. Information is revealed. It's also, though, in the action step. And since we have this blank page and unwritten, if you have a book that you've been trying to write, maybe it's time to go ahead and write that. Okay, just saying. I'm speaking to a particular person I know. Sorry. Others of you, that might also be a thing. There might be some kind of a creative project. It doesn't necessarily have to be a book, but there might be a business idea, something that you wanted to do, something you've always thought about doing. Do you need to start putting your ideas on paper? Your business idea, your ideas for where you're going forward. This is the month in the 12th house to really be thinking about what it is you want to do and where you want to go, so that when you hit that new moon solar eclipse on the first day of Cancer, you are rocking and rolling and ready to go. So this is a month of prepping. This is a month of believing in yourself, and this is a month in your belief in what the future is and your ability to create it, and not focusing on the anxieties is how you set yourself up for success. It's really a very empowering reading, and I really want to encourage you to listen to that song and see if it doesn't make you feel empowered and motivated. It was my theme song for the longest time to get me going. So you have the vulture in the area of thoughts. So the vulture says to me, first off, you haven't lost any time, resources, whatever, nothing was wasted. Whatever you have done that you're like, well, I wasted my time on that, or I lost, I should have been. No, you learned something, you gain knowledge. But this also says, accept the inevitable. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth to begin. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth. Let go of the past and welcome in the rebirth of this new vital energy. And this, you can be a male. This is the receptive energy. This is receiving from the divine. When you open yourself up to receive from the divine, that is the rebirth. This is the letting go of needing to control everything and understanding that the divine is coming to kiss you and wake you up, right? This is the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. Open yourself up to receiving the gifts and welcome the rebirth by letting go of the past. We have a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius happening on June 5th. That would be the part where you let go of the past. That's just, right around the corner. You've got a new moon to set some intentions coming up on the 22nd. And then after that, there's the opportunity to be willing to let stuff go, to really set you up and set you on your path. So let go of your anxieties, let go of your doubts, let go of your self-doubts, let go of your disappointments and put it behind you and start focusing on where it is you're going in this rebirth process and understanding that you are writing the book of your life. You are writing the next chapter. This is up to you to create what it is that you want, and you create with your positive thoughts. You create with your baby step actions. You create by speaking up and expressing your intentions. You can do it by journaling. You can do it by telling people what it is that you're doing. That's a commitment that you're making by saying it out loud. You can do it through new moon intentions coming up on the 22nd, where you say, this is what I want to create for myself, and you write it down and you give gratitude for all the blessings that you have. But in the heart space, I want you to notice she was sleeping. Oh gosh. Okay, she was sleeping and resting. She wasn't when the sun is in your 12th house, it is a time of resting. It is a time of dreaming and having your goals. And you have the rest and relax here. It's about dreaming and having your goals. This is about allowing the rebirth process to happen, the letting things go so that you are ready when the sun returns to your sign to go. It says we all have fundamental need to take breaks. So it's about relaxing, letting go, and dreaming, and paying attention to your dreams, letting go of your anxieties, letting go of your worries, allowing the transformation to happen. Don't need to be in a big rush for it. It's going to take some time, and it's going to take some healing. I feel like there's some healing involved, emotional most likely, but be open to receiving the love of the divine. Be open to receiving your own compassion. You know, nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Saltwater baths, going for nice long walks in nature, journaling about how you feel, calling up a friend and just chit-chatting and enjoying like good conversation. You know, whatever it is that you need to do to nurture yourself, to care for yourself. I stand in the light of my truth. Allowing yourself to heal and know who you are and know where it is that you're going. This is about really getting in touch with the fact that you are at a stage, you are a blank page. And if you dwell in your truth, and if you allow yourself to dream and to think and to commune with spirit and get the guidance, you're going to know what you're writing for your next chapter. And make sure the next chapter is the truth of who you are. It's really beautiful. Really beautiful. All right, so this deck I have here asks esoteric questions for you to ponder over the course of the next month, which have so far been really spot on. So I'm pretty excited to see what you get here. It's a question to ask yourself, maybe something to journal on to help you to figure out where it is you're going. But I feel like drinking plenty of water, taking some nice casual walks, nurturing yourself, loving yourself, don't push so hard, creating space for yourself to heal and to dream. I think it's important that you dream about what it is that you want so that you can really get to where it is you want to go, right? But that's the action step, is the dreaming. So, yes, you have where can I create more space? This has shown up 3 times. I'm only on the 4th sign, for God's sakes. It says, instead of filling yourself up with busy work and things to do, create more sacred space in your schedule, in your home, in your mind, in your lungs, in your heart. Just take time to be. There's a reason the whole world's still shut down, right? So create time to just sit and quietly journal or dream or sleep. If you're tired, get some rest. Do what you need to do to heal your mind, your body, and your spirit. You know, rest up a little because, you know, things are going to be happening coming up here for you, but not this month. This month is about dreaming your future into being and resting and healing. So you take care of yourself, Cancer. I'll see you back here in 2 weeks. And we'll talk a lot more about those eclipses because they are some big freaking deals. All right? And you take care. We'll talk soon.